Hello, everyone. Today's presentation is about exploring different presentation themes within the Xaringan package. This is the second video in the series on creating presentation slides using this Xaringan package, a R package that is frequently and very popular to use, that makes it a lot easier to make clean presentation slide with easy formatting and a lot of available gadget and functions. If you want a introduction of how to get started and why using Xaringan, I made another separate video on this. And if you're not familiar with this package, you may start there. But today, what we are going to focus on is to try the different themes that's available as a template within this Xaringan package that's available for you to use. And we will dive into the different themes one by one. And the first available themes we are going to focus on is actually the default ones. So, but there are other 40-ish themes available for you to use. And as I said, we will demonstrate them one by one and showcasing the different fonts, different color, so that you have an overview of which one is your favorite. Because it's the motivation for me to do this is a lot of themes templates are available, but I really want to see them in action, and this video is made for that. And people might wondering, how do we change the theme? It's actually in the YAML of your R Markdown script, which is at the beginning of your R script. You have to set up a bunch of features. For example, one of the feature that's relevant here is the CSS. And for today, it's just the default for this first demonstration, while later I will change those second and sometimes the third argument here to those different themes that we want to explore. So this is the default theme, and we have a few more examples here to show you. First, this is how a logo looks like. This is how codes looks like in this theme and the plot. Also a URL, and the URL link by default is a pink link. And then footnote is shown like this. And there's more feature of the page numbers at the bottom for you to use. And let's see the next theme. Well, this is the next theme we're exploring here, which is the chocolate theme, chocolate fonts and chocolate themes. Again, this is how you set it in the YAML, and we're focusing on chocolate themes here. More example, logo, the codes looks like this, a little bit grayer than the previous default. And then a little bit orange-ish color for URL, and the footnote looks like this. Let's see what's next. Okay, so this is the third theme we're focusing on. After the flavory chocolate, this is a theme called dark blue. So this is what the title looks like, and we are focusing on Duke blue, I mean. And Duke blue looks like this, have more example of the logo, the codes. The URL becomes blue in this theme, Duke blue. So the footnote and what's next. Well, the next theme is a little bit red and black style, and this is the third one, FC. So FC fonts and FC in combination in the CSS argument. A little bit more example It's pretty much very orange-ish. The highlight becomes orange also, because if you can remember previously, it's yellow. Okay, red URL link again, and this is the footnote. What's next? The next thing looks very blurry. And this one is, let's see, the Glasgow template. And it looks a little bit hard to see. So far, I don't like this theme, but let's go through all the examples and focusing on the next. Okay, this is the next one. It looks like almost the same with the default one. Yeah. Instead of maybe the font is different. So this one is the High Duke. So this is, maybe that's not how to pronounce it, but this is the theme we're using here. Let's see more example. Pretty much similar to the default, I would say. It turns out the next theme has very little changes. The next one also has a very similar name, which is Hike. Maybe that's how to pronounce it, but it's really looking very similar to the previous one, and both of them are very similar to the default. Next. Okay, this next theme looks very different. It's more red and has a kind of feeling of prestigious institute. So it does have a default institute logo there, and you need to find a way to replace that. So this one is called this KI font and KI. The font looks a little bit different, right, from the previous ones. And the theme is KI. There are more examples. You can add logo to the slides. That's not the title, because on the title, it has a default logo. And here are some codes. This looks very weird because the highlights of the code becomes unreadable if it's this red dark highlight. So maybe not suitable for highlighting codes for this KI theme. And interesting, so this URL is, once you hover over it, it becomes pinkish, while it's basically black if you leave it alone there. So footnote looks like this, and let's see what's next. This one is also interesting. On the title slide, the default is Our Ladies, which is I think a popular community focusing on supporting girls to learn art. Very interesting. It's like purple as the background, and let's see. So this one, I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is what I set in the CSS. Kunoichi, maybe. So this is a theme, and that's how it looks like for the codes. Yeah, I think purple background, light purple background is good for codes. Yeah, it's all purple, it seems, like the URL, the footnote. I think the title slide might be too purple, but the purple on the highlights looks fine to me. Next. Okay, next one looks very different, and it's very large font, which I really like. If you're presenting in front of 100 people in a larger meeting room, this theme might be for you because people can read it. The font is very large. And then let's try this again. Okay, the theme is called Lucy on this one. Lucy is really good on the larger fonts, I think. Let's see more examples of Lucy. I do like this yellow, blue, light blue kind of background for title slides. Let's see more examples: the logo, the codes, the URL, and the footnote. Yeah, the footnote is very different from the other ones. And it kind of highlighted the footnote all in capital cases to give credentials to any citations you have. And the codes, I think this one is really good because everything is like putting on a black background and things are thus highlighted. Like if it's like white on a black background, looks very visually friendly. And this might be so far my favorite theme. It's called Lucy. Let's see what's next. Okay, this is the next, and it's very clean, white, not as large as Lucy, but still gives me a very clean kind of feeling about this slide. So this one, the name is Metropolis, Metropolis found and Metropolis set in this CSS feature. Metropolis as the theme, a few more examples. It has this bar for the slide title, which is kind of somehow more highlighted than other themes. So the code, the URL, and footnote. Yeah, I think I like it. And then next. We are halfway through all the available themes in this Xaringan package. And this one, it has its own default logo that you need to change on the title slide. And then the one is here, middlebury. So this one. And then it's very kind of blue on a white background. Logo, the code, yeah, very blue. It has blue highlights also, and blue for URL link and footnote. This is kind of similar to the Duke blue, but this blue is kind of lighter, and I like the lighter blue version of this. So middlebury looks good to me. Okay, this is the next theme. It's a little bit hard to see the title slides first line of the title on a very dark blue background. I don't think I like this. And this one is NHSR fonts and NHSR theme. It's also blue, but the title slide is too dark of a blue. So the logo, the codes, those looks fine. URL, it's blue, and footnote, those looks fine, except the title slide, I think. Next. This is the next theme. Looks like similar to the default. And this one is Ning-chu-chu, maybe that's how to pronounce it. Let's see more examples. Look pretty similar to the default theme to me. Okay, I think nothing special for this. Let's see what's next. Okay, this is the next, and it's called Our Ladies. It seems Our Ladies and the previous one, there's also another Our Ladies one. It has kind of purple color a lot. So it's purple, and this one is Our Lady fonts and Our Ladies. Our Ladies, a lot of purple, again, light purple highlights and purple links. Yeah, that's this one. What's next? This one has like very nuanced difference, I guess, with the previous ones. It has some structure and texture of the background if you look really into it and zooming in. Yeah, it looks good to me. And then this one has an interesting name. It's called Robot and Robot Font. It has a blue background for the section title slide. More examples. Red, purplish for highlight, and blue for URL and footnote. I think I'm okay for this theme. It's not very consistent of the color it uses. And next. Yeah, this is the next theme. It also has a default logo place. It's very clean. There are many white spaces. It has red, it seems. The red is in the logo. So if your logo is also red, mostly, maybe you can consider using this theme. And the name of this theme is Rutgers. Yeah, Rutgers. Yeah, so that's the name of the theme. It has like white on a black background for the section titles, and the slide title is in red. The logo, the codes, so a lot of red as the theme. So URL is also red and footnotes. What's next? Okay, this theme, it also has some of the larger fonts and very visual friendly. While the output of the codes are more kind of yellowish, which I don't think is very good for reading. If people are in a larger conference room, it might be harder to see if the color is too light for the text itself. So this one, I think, is this Shinobi. So Shinobi is the name of this theme. Let's see more example, logo, the codes. Yeah, the highlight, I think, works fine. While it's not very consistent, so this one uses green for URL, and footnote looks like this. So next. Okay, so this one looks a little bit like the chocolate color to me. It brings me back to the second theme we've shown before. And then this one is called TAMU. I think that's a abbreviation for a university name. So maybe that's their branding color, the chocolate color. TAMU fonts and TAMU. So more example. I think the very interesting and unique thing on this theme is the kind of the borderline on each side of the screen. Yeah, makes the white space smaller, but it's some kind of interesting feature to have. The codes, the URL, and the footnote. A little bit like all over the place, I would say, like because the color is chocolate, but the highlight remains yellow while the URL is red. But maybe TAMU, they have their kind of signature color here. So let's see what's next. This is another theme that looks a little bit like the default. And this one is after TAMU, which will be UIO fonts and UIO. So the theme, more examples. Yeah, a bit like the default, but a little bit different. I think the URL color is different. Let's see what's next. Well, this is another university's logo, University of Oregon. Kind of green is the theme here, and the font is really pretty, I think. And the author name is looking like look like a signature to me. Available theme, so all green. I think it's also a readable kind of green color. And this one is called UO fonts and UO. And so the main texts are a little bit purple dark, while the output of the code are green. So, and also a section title, the background are green. More example, logo, codes, URL, and it gets larger. So that's a really interesting animation to use in this. If you hover over the URL, it actually gets larger. So really good highlights there. And footnotes. And interestingly, if you look carefully, like on the top and bottom, it has a little bit sidebar. Interesting feature there too. Let's see what's the next theme. Interestingly, this other theme is also created by a university, and it's red and white. Let's see, so red as a title, black as the output, and this one is called UOL, UOL fonts and UOL. So UOL, very red as the background for section slide as well. Logo, codes, URL, footnotes. Okay, so kind of if you like red, you may use this theme. Okay, the next theme is interesting. It has an interesting name and an interesting logo. It's called Use R. It's kind of a promotion of this R, I think. And it's also kind of the texture in the background of this white canvas, looks like. And then the theme is called Use R. And it has those shade for section title, while a normal black font for a slide title. That's the logo. This is the code. The URL, it's, I think, the same way is the default, and footnote. It does have a place for you to insert your logo, I think, on each regular slide. Let's see what's next. We're almost done here. This is the second to the last, and it's another university, Wisconsin, and they are kind of red, red color for its logo. So a lot of red in its title fonts. Then this one is called UWM. UWM is the title, the name of this theme. So the title is also red. Logo, the highlight is pink, and the URL is consistently red. So footnote. So suitable for University of Wisconsin student and faculty and presenters to use this theme. Okay, this is our last theme here, and it's again blue. So this one, I really like this blue for the slide title. It's called the WIC, and it's a little bit different. It's not centered, the section title slide. While it's a lot of blue and white, I think is the best combination for the like clean look slides. So the logo, the codes, while it's not very good personally, I think, for a pink above a blue background. So URL is blue, footnote, and we don't have a next theme because that's all the theme we showed. Let's have a ranking, maybe. I can, maybe based on my personal preference, I can walk you through the different themes. We do try it a lot, and let me do some kind of ranking and show you my result. I think based on what's your color preference and what's your company or organization's logo, the color of that logo, you may choose the theme based on the different colors. So for example, the FC is for those kind of orange, reddish kind of logo. And if you are a fan of highlighting things in red for those, definitely FC, or the other one, the University of Wisconsin's one, it has a more reddish color for the theme. So that's one that I'd recommend. While if you are more of a kind of reader-friendly person, I think, as I mentioned before, I really love Lucy because the font are so large, and it's really the largest one, I think, for the different fonts, and it's really suitable if during the presentation the screen is a little bit small or stuff like that, or you have too many people in the room and people in the back, you're worried about them if they can see. I think Lucy has really good large and bolded fonts. That's really helpful. So my favorite is definitely Lucy. But as I said, there are different color functions. This Metropolis, I think, is more of a dark blue option. It has both the background color, this bar, and also the regular output, the text, the main body color as dark blue. So I think this one looks clean, and other component, although it's not all dark blue, it's also easy to see. So this one is called Metropolis for blue presentation, a blue theme. The middlebury, on the other hand, is also blue, and it has a lot more consistent blue. So I think this what's the name? Middlebury is very good for a consistent blue look of things. And I think this one looks very good because it's more consistent. And then there is another, if you are a purple person, if purple is your favorite color, this R Lady theme, I think looks really great. Purple highlight is very consistent for the highlight of the code and also highlighting the URLs. And the chocolate one is really delicious, I think. If you are presenting on a topic on like foods, I do think the chocolate looks really good, especially the section title slides. And also the output of the codes are in this chocolate color, which I think makes people think of sweet food and maybe make them happy. So this chocolate theme I personally also like. And if you cannot choose from so many different options, I think the default theme is definitely an ideal one to go for. It has very good and kind of professional, don't you think? Professional font. And everything is just very clean, and it's very normal with black fonts and text on a white background. Section title is the other way around. And it's just normal, but if you want to add a little bit more flavor, a chocolate flavor, use the chocolate theme. If you want people to see your slide and the reader friendly, definitely Lucy. If you like purple, consistently purple-ish highlight, you would definitely choose this R Lady. Again, the blue one, I'll say, is my second choice. My first choice would be Lucy, and my second choice would be this one called Middlebury, right? I think I'll go with those two, but feel free to choose your favorite color. And definitely, if you are from one of the universities, definitely choose your own university's template to make your slide. That's all about the theme. And one more note is that you are actually able to contribute to the different template. Like the other university, you can create a theme and template for your own university and contact the, I believe the author of this Xaringan package. I think there is a standard way to do that. You might need to Google for that, of how to contribute your own organizational theme as one of the default. So people at your organization can all easily just apply that theme. So that's the option there. Hopefully this presentation on trying out different presentation themes in this Xaringan package is helpful. It has been helpful for myself to try out those 40, 30 different themes and see the appearance of each of them and select my own top 2 choice. Maybe you can do that for you and starting using Xaringan for a better formatting process for your slide, so that you do not have to worry about all the different formatting requirements and focusing on the content while you're preparing the slide. I do have more videos on how to use this Xaringan package to make slides, and also generally on how to use R for data analytics project, and very applied kind of tutorials for people who are doing social sciences research or business intelligence. So please follow this channel if you are interested in learning more and getting notified when new tutorials are available to you. And also, I will be really thankful if you can give a thumb up if you do like this video, so that YouTube has its algorithm of recommending a good video to everyone else. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. And please let me know if you have other topics in mind you'd like to hear. Please leave a comment. Also, welcome to have any feedback, because this is a learning process for me as well, to making YouTube video tutorials and just a record of what I learned, and I really love to share them with you. Thank you and have a wonderful day.